for Nyasha for higher for 1G channel first time around so any no book and so now subscribe ya man say me news be no she be a notification of phone so now I be sure so man so be sure more than for so any ability for me and can some thing in him say nana a beka various a institution any a flabbers as or more a Ghana ha ekwakushia or a hotel na omoyesa a peace partner is a peace council for baby a John Dramani Mahama any other a year flabbers and is omokwa play a year 2024 7 December presidential and I just say and one seminar no and ababe to Jana right now no IGP and Kesi and a G-Men's as well Kesi will be a Canadian but yeah she say all the various flabbers no I don't must have a peace partners. Now right now no mama say so peace partner na bande adango dada day and I'm more this abed dada be because near me see 2020 the same thing I'm catch say ni besi na ubian kana took na come Anthony ye kum nipa nwotwe up to now en kan wo hye mama say so besides our peace partner dia this is angle for no so mukum nipa nwotwe no sa police for no mukum nipa nwotwe no IGP akwa arrest omo ansa na ono aside peace partner no kam ni nkutin sima aye mahama babo ntemeke ba ne de nkomo dwena ye ato
by deceiving them that some parties are going to vote on one day and others are going to vote on another day. We must avoid sensationalism and speculation and focus on providing credible information that promotes peace and understanding. I also wish to commend the Electoral Commission for the cooperation we have enjoyed so far, and it is my hope that all electoral officers will conduct themselves in a manner that is impartial and neutral in order to avoid any disputes. However, it is all well and good for us to commit to peace and recite beautiful platitudes. All the efforts at building peace before, during, and after the 2024 elections would come to naught or be undermined if there is mistrust and insincerity. Mistrust is built through a mismatch between words and gaslighting on the part of those in authority. There is reason to be concerned that the signing of this pact, though well-intentioned, amounts to nothing if it is not followed by concrete actions to guarantee the peace by the stakeholders and government. Events and happenings during the last election and during the Awaso West Wogon by-election create considerable doubts about the genuineness of some of the commitments that we might make today. We all recall the appalling spectacle of mass men acting on the orders of operatives of government, shooting indiscriminately at innocent Ghanaians going about their legitimate electoral activity during that by-election. Some of the victims of that shooting incident remain incapacitated up till now. The refusal by government to act on the recommendations of the Nævz Committee do not inspire confidence in Ghanaians that government truly believes in peace. Again, the inaction of government in the face of the murder of 8 of our citizens during the last election casts a shadow of doubt on government's commitment to maintain the peace. How are we to believe that such killings will not reoccur during this election as well? There also remains the vexed question of the use of thugs dressed in security service uniforms to intimidate and brutalize citizens during elections. How can we tell these thugs from the professional members of the security services, especially conceal their faces? I'll suggest to the IGP to instruct the arrest and detention of any such persons during the election and to be kept until the election is over. These are legitimate questions that must satisfactorily be accounted for to give true meaning to this peace pact, lest it remains just a piece of paper. We in the NDC have in the recent past expressed the above reservations, and we look forward to hearing conclusively on the steps taken to address these. In conclusion, let us all pledge to promote peace during these elections. Let us work together to create an environment that is conducive for free, fair, and peaceful elections. We owe it to ourselves, to our children and future generations to preserve the peace and stability that our dear country Ghana has enjoyed for so long. God bless our homeland Ghana. I thank you. Elec-JM, and allow me to proceed on the protocol that has been well established in order to save time. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow citizens, I've come here today to place on record my personal commitment and that of my party, the National Democratic Congress, to the sustenance of Ghana's peace. At the very outset, let me indicate that we in the NDC remain eternally committed to the building of a peaceful and prosperous country in which the aspirations of all our people can be met. Our active participation in this event is an indication of its importance in the overall effort to guarantee peace and ensure the preservation of our nation in the aftermath of the upcoming elections. We cannot emphasize enough the importance of maintaining peace throughout this process, before, during, and after. Peace is the foundation upon which our democracy is built, and it is essential that we preserve it even during these critical times. We're all too aware of the devastating consequences of electoral violence in other countries. We cannot afford to traverse that same path. As patriotic citizens, we have a collective responsibility to ensure that our country remains a beacon of peace and stability in our sub-region, and we in the NDC stand prepared to play our parts to achieve this. As citizens, we must recognize that our actions have consequences. While some verbal jousting is to be expected in our daily politicking, divisive language, hate speech, and inflammatory rhetoric that can incite violence should have no place. Temperance, tolerance, understanding, and respect for one another's opinions and beliefs should be the guiding principle upon which our politics is practiced. On our part, as political leaders, we must prioritize peace and unity in our campaigns and avoid unsubstantiated allegations and focus on issue-based campaigning. We must compete on ideas and not on insults. To our security agencies, I commend you for your tireless efforts in maintaining law and order, and I urge you to remain impartial and professional in your duties, ensuring that all citizens can exercise their rights to vote without fear or intimidation. To our media practitioners, I encourage you to promote balanced and accurate reporting, and we must avoid misleading the electorate.
Abusuafo yi nsema ye John Dramani mama babontin be kan ti se eye kasa okanyina je mensan bonitin ko eye mahama eye be kan eye bawomia so de bonitin ko omonko ne nim de o ma adwim ade se ade se mahama ye mistake no sa peace partner se pe niema mama bo mu tim so be no because men champion 20 message o de ma Ghana for ni hu ya bronya mu nyina is wontumi ade se me champion nyina ba bontin be press conference ka che Ghana for nya se etugu eyeso je ne bi fie fe no brigadier general Pokufie nyina peace council for ma ba bontin me ka hwe je men so ba bontin me ka hwe IGP Dampare so aba bontin ameka hwe so ye there na video aba bontin ekikasa ye odonsem we echegana for ese kanche ye John Dramani mama any disamanyo ko nyina se seni inte be on form sanche ye peace partner se the same odonsem na moka kire na so ni nyina kwa nkosi aga nipa nwotwe ku mo institution wa bi hia e wo sa hotel wa mo yesa meeting obie ni wa aba bontin abeka even the peace council for more organizers are there mama bontin ameka she akofa free and fair ono aye kum nipa mana me abedi adi nti on ka say free and fair say JM so amba bontin ameka shon see free and fair election no ekoyi pa obi ama bontin ameka ene mahama kwa gina platform kase mo ba make kan sanse mo nyina nsema mo kan no ebi na mo kanene who knows say ye dey stashe sa ina sia mo nse nkum nipa more than nipa nwotwe no enti waka charge bi Dampare say kwa arrest o mo ansa na message say peace partners is a prosecute mo because unni mo pa unni mo face omo face kwa mpo da aye online to say one kasa wo search ya obi hu nkrofo ne ntem because ebisa no say omo nka o police for no ho ne bibia no for no SWATT one na oba bonti make asem enti e de na afi do so mfa ne sa she peace partners eno na John Dramani mama ba bontin abechechi mo ati say enya asem kutoki kan se me bit my ache adwin e wo comment such bitin so ahya mo adam for so nya bi ahwe higher for one Akroma.